All right, folks, we are back for what's going to be a bit of a quieter video. My bad. More Granblue Fantasy vs. Horizon for you here. We got the character guide. We got the BEATRIX character guide. We're going to get into that in a second. But just, it is, so luckily for me, or perhaps unluckily for you, my sleep schedule is absolute garbage. So it's like 5, it's actually closer to 6 a.m. right now, but I was awake when the trailer came out. So we're at the character guide rather. So we're gonna take a look at this. We already talked about what sort of my impressions were in the trailer video, right? But mostly I'm gonna try not to repeat too much of the stuff we already talked there. You can go watch that one for sure. But I just want to see if has anything changed? Is there anything that I misunderstood? Is there anything that something new that we had no information about that we have information about now? I'll be interested too. Anyways, enough beating around the bush. Let's get into this and watch this here character guide, shall we? Okay. Yeah, sure. Get a little shot of everybody, fine. Yeah, all the DLCs so far have been like fine, I think. A little weak, except for 2B. A little bit weak on the weaker side for all of them, but I think I prefer that than like them being busted.
This next one could be a suicide mission.
Oh, it's a society agents. Yeah, okay,
but you
sure.
survived worse. Welcome back to the field, BEATRIX.
Yeah, so I'm by the way, I'm over here because like there's like text and stuff. I think this would be a good place for me. We'll see.
You are a society operative with a knack for finding
it's a cool voice. I like how these trailers, how they always have like a thematic voice and things like that. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
And kick any sorry ass that gets in your way.
Kick any. Okay, sure.
Delta clock.
Yeah, so this is the biggest thing, right? The clock activates at 30%. Okay.
Delta clock is permanently active when your life is down to 30%.
Yeah, okay, I see. It's that little bar there. Fine.
And when active, landing heavy skills will slow your
only heavies.
temporarily.
Okay, so I was under the impression that it was heavies and ultimate skills, but I suppose it's only heavies. I guess doesn't really matter too much. A lot of ultimate skills you can combo off of naturally anyway by design, but sure, good to know.
This gives you access to normally impossible combo routes.
Yeah.
Easier than shooting fish in a barrel.
She didn't use her DP in any of these, did she? Oh. Okay. This is the big one, right? Again, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try not to go around too much here. I want to get at least one sort of clean walkthrough here, but this is the big thing. Can she, like, that doesn't actually look like she can combo meterless off that DP. I wonder. Because that would be like the thing that would make her a little absurd, right? But looking at that actually didn't seem very promising for her to be able to do that. Let's see.
Rarely. This gives you access to normally impossible.
I'm gonna try not to pause this too much. Let's at least go and try to get fully watch it through once, and then we can go back and look at things.
But don't forget, Agent.
Delta clock is a recharge timer. Interesting. Okay. That is not how I thought that worked. I thought it was just one per combo.
Landing nothing is forever also fires up.
So there's the command grab.
Guess we better cover that next.
Yeah, okay. She gets one chance at it though. She only gets one stock when she command grabs, it looks like. Which is kind of what I expected. Yeah, she headbutts, you lose a little bit of health there, as you can see, right?
You'll take damage, and maybe give yourself a headache. But it activates Delta Clock when you land it, no matter your current health.
And it's just like it's a mix, basically, right? There's no startup there.
There's no breaking out of this technique.
What?
So use it to ruin a block.
What's happening? Okay, hold on. My video died. This doesn't seem normal. Oh, okay, sure, we're back. Fine. Whatever. Yeah, you can't block the command grab, of course. This is her projectile, I think, right?
Star Chaser fires a projectile with a slash of your sword. See, Agent? You don't always have to fight in their face.
It's pretty slow, but that could be possibly good for...
delay before firing.
I don't think any of these are like slow for her enough for her to like run behind them, but... Okay, well, there you go. The medium one, I suppose. Fine.
Just don't expect this version to win any projectile wars.
Oh, it's not. Okay, I see. It's pretty short range and pretty slow.
Heavy Launch is a fast, multi-hit projectile.
Okay, fine.
You'll retain advantage
plus on block. Yeah, most EX fireballs are plus on block, so yeah. And yeah, good. Yeah, this is pretty standard EX fireball, right?
If Delta Clock is active, use the slowdown to chain it into a mid-screen combo instead.
Okay, sure. It's not bad. Seems like decent mid-screen damage. Pretty good mid-screen damage, actually, with clock up.
All the way to the corner.
Alright, fine.
It knocks down on hit, giving you a window to close the distance.
That wasn't a hard knockdown, though, surely, right?
Down on hit,
I'm pretty sure Gran could attack that.
That's right. Fight on your own terms.
Sure. A pretty standard projectile, right? That's definitely not like the most interesting thing here. Could be good, but it's not like really unique or anything. This is the DP, yeah.
Life lacks invincibility, but landing a hit at the correct height could lead to a follow-up.
Sure.
Medium activates slower, but makes up for it with invincibility frames on startup.
Pretty standard DP so far.
Reversal, or just to keep them guessing.
Yep. And then H is going to be invincible and fast.
Heavy is invincible and faster than medium.
Standard Shoto DP, right? Nothing special here.
And if Delta Clock is active,
this is okay. So She can combo
And
if she
Delta Clock is active, you
anti-airs
can
with
chase
it.
this anti-air maneuver with a combo.
I don't think she even needs a 2H necessarily, even if she anti-airs with a DP.
Ultimate is invincible and ends with a knockdown.
Probably a safe jump. Yeah, looks like it.
Nothing else says back off quite like this little number.
Actually, that says down, and that's probably a hard
Turn those
knockdown.
tables,
Maybe the U projectile was a hard knockdown. Yeah, it's a safe jump. They showed it too right there.
Thunderbird.
Yes, you can combo off the DP if she hits with it
Thunderbird
off of a
is a
jump,
swift
right?
leap
That's
and dive
interesting.
maneuver.
Still good, but not like ridiculous. You can just do it like in a combo or something.
Startup is quick, and it pushes your target back.
Yeah, okay.
Use
And
it
the
as a
medium one,
combo
the
leader.
medium one here is supposed to be like plus on block, from what I got from the trailer.
Medium doesn't have a hitbox during the leap,
Yeah.
but it jumps higher than light.
And again, this thing's like, it seems pretty plus.
Predict your target's pokes.
I'm
with
not mentioning that it
projectiles.
is.
Leap over
Interesting.
their flimsy assault and close
They
in
normally
for the
do mention
kill.
if something is plus on block.
Even if they manage to block it,
Ah, there you
you'll
go.
still hold the
Yeah,
advantage.
yeah. Medium one only seems plus on block. The rest probably aren't.
Heavy leaps high and advances even farther.
Sure, yeah. Anything special
Better
about
yet,
this?
You need them in the face on the way up, making this
Okay,
move a
yeah.
nasty combo extender,
Nice.
especially in
Sure,
the
sure.
corner.
Makes sense. You got a couple of different combo
And as
moves.
always, our good friend Delta Clock
And yeah,
gives
in
you a
mid-screen.
deadly
Okay,
follow-up
it's a
option
pattern,
for
right? Like a
mid-screen.
lot of her, she gets pretty good damage in the corner, obviously, like everyone else, but mid-screen, suddenly she has like even like really, really good mid-screen damage, right,
It's
compared to
great
a lot
for
of
ending
cast.
big
Seemingly.
combos or making a bold approach.
Okay, and
Doesn't
this one's
matter if it
also
gets
plus on
blocked,
block.
You'll
Got it.
still retain advantage.
Sure.
Riding free.
This is the Night Raid Vortex, right?
Riding free is a crouching lunge.
Mm-hmm.
It hits low, letting you gain ground while slinking in for the kill.
And I think this is also plus on block, if I remember.
While lunging, your hurt box
Yeah,
lowers.
this is, yeah, it's not
So
just a
weave under
projectile
their pokes
invincibility
for
thing. She just
counter
straight up,
assault of your own.
she low profiles a lot of stuff. Good for projectiles, but good
Riding
against other
free
moves,
also
possibly.
comes with a special follow-up.
Oh, what's
Just press
this?
R1.
I don't think we saw this. Maybe we saw this in the trailer?
If you land
I
the
missed
initial
it.
hit, be sure to maximize your damage with the follow-up.
Okay, and I guess it's the kind of thing with clock,
Medium
right? You get
travels far
a bigger
and
combo.
fast. On counter, you can even convert it into a combo.
Oh, nice. Okay, sure. And is this one
It
plus?
can't be punished on block, which means this is your check to get in for free.
Can't
So
be
cash
punished
it.
on block.
Punished
What do you
on
mean by
block,
this?
Which means this is your check
okay.
to get in for free.
That
So
was a
cash
crush?
it.
I don't think that was plus.
Finally, like light, medium also comes with a
They
follow-up.
definitely, it felt like in the trailer they definitely showed us that it was plus on block, and maybe that's what they meant right there. But again, I think they meant that it was safe. It's safe and it's spaced. So like if they throw out a light, you'll crush them with a medium. I'm not certain.
Heavy is a multi-hitting lunge.
Okay, sure. Fine.
Its follow-up attack
Leads to a wall bounce. Oh, okay,
Corner
okay.
carry goes a long way
This is
toward
kind of her.
optimizing your
If she's
damage.
close to the corner,
So
she
follow
just
suit.
She has to use that for corner carry to get the wall bounce and go
But
from
with
there.
Delta Clock
Understandable.
attack, you can extend your
And
combo
once
from
again,
mid-screen.
with Delta Clock,
No
right,
corner
suddenly the
necessary.
mid-screen combos are actually looking pretty strong. Seems to be a very consistent
Ultimate
theme
comes out
throughout the
fast
character.
and
Right?
travels far, but the follow-up attack is automatic and mandatory.
Probably means that's unsafe on
You'll be
block.
crouching for the entire length of the lunge, making this maneuver.
I wonder if that means it's
one of the
unsafe on block.
strongest
'Cause
infiltration
that follow-up does seem like it'll be pretty unsafe in general.
options. On hit, you'll drive them forward, which leads to a combo
Yeah,
if you
sure.
can get them all the way
Same
to
sort of
the
idea
corner.
as the heavy one. That mid-screen damage, or that corner damage doesn't look insane or
Immortal
anything, but
Assault.
I mean, I guess that's actually, that looks like probably what, like 6,000,
Immortal
5,000?
Assault is an
Like, that doesn't look that
invincible
bad.
flourish of the Embrask sword.
It's actually pretty decent. Yes, it is.
Damage
Okay,
is
so
higher
let's get
when
into
you land
supers
the
now.
initial hit, so use it as a reversal or combo ender.
That's in order. Okay, sure, man. Whatever you say.
Savior Unleashed.
And this is the Skybound art. Again, nothing too special
Savior
here, I imagine.
Unleashed is your most lethal technique. Invincible on startup. Summon all of your death-defying
Wait, is the
might
other one not?
and show him why we call you Undying Blue. It's a great reversal, and an even better way to finish a combo.
No, he said use it as a
along with
reversal,
the
right?
lives of
He
the
did say use it as a
unsuspecting
reversal, so I don't think that should be a problem.
So what have we learned, Agent? You've got a skill that takes the high ground, and one that takes the low.
She's
giving
show her
you
getting her
rush-shot
ass beat by
options to
Zeta.
open
Oh,
them
okay,
up
there you
from
go.
any angle. Then, once you're in, secure the perimeter by activating your Delta Clock and slowing your target, assuring
Okay.
a swift victory.
I have a couple of questions, for sure.
Permission to get reckless. Granted.
I have a couple of questions that aren't necessarily answered by this. Yeah, coming May 23rd. I still don't know when exactly. That's the other thing, right? It's like, you know, is this going to be like, is she coming out at 5 a.m. my time again? I would hope not. Maybe, hopefully a little bit earlier, but it's possible that it ends up being exactly, like, basically the exact same time tomorrow. We'll see, we'll see. Okay, well, that's interesting. Nothing I think that was like too, I think we honestly, I'm kind of proud of myself. Hey, you know, my Twitch chat helped out too, thanks Twitch chat. I think we got a decent idea of like a lot of what she did, even from just the character trailer, spending a lot of time analyzing it, but there are a couple of things that are new and a couple of things that I still am not sure about, even with both of those things in mind, right? So it's kind of just like, let's go through here. I'm going to skip through a little bit more, right? And try and just find things that I find to be noteworthy or things that, you know, are good to keep in mind. I mean, so yeah, first off, we just talked about the clock in general, I guess. This seems like a good mechanic, right? It seems like it's not going to be, it's not going to be as degenerate as I thought it was going to be when we first heard about, you know, the people who were making the posts for Evo Japan, right? And also like this from the trailer there. It looks like actually it's gonna be it's fine. Like basically when she's under 30%, she doesn't get it all the time. I thought she's gonna get it like this having a cooldown on it is a big deal, because I thought she was gonna get this all the time, right? In the sense of like once she was under 30%, every single heavy she hit you with. The person who made that post on Reddit in Evo Japan, they mentioned that she only gets 1 per combo. So I thought that was like some sort of strict limitation of like, it's specifically just like, you know, per time that you are hitting, that you have like that combo counter counting up, it only activates once. But no, it's because there's actually a cooldown on it, so that's good. That makes it, you know, you're not just going to be getting slowed down by every single little random thing. But yeah, probably this will, the cooldown not seem that long, right? If we go back and look at it. Well, I mean, actually, it is kind of, that is kind of slow, right? Like, well, so she does that at like 56, right? And then it looks like it's about 6 or 8 seconds, right? So actually, that's decently, that is not nothing. That is actually a decent amount of time, especially again in a fighting game like this, right? 6 to 8 seconds, like, you know, sometimes entire rounds are like 30, right? And you're already on, and sometimes they're even quicker, right? And you're already on SSBA, right? So you're like 1 hit away from death, basically. You're probably only going to get like 1 use of this, 1 or 2 uses maybe per round, if that. Right, from the SSBA at the very least. Obviously, you can also go into it with the 5U, right, the command grab, which again looks to be pretty fast. Like again, it's how we expected it to be. It's not like a Vera's command grab or anything like that. Like it's a mix. It's going to be a true 50-50 there of whether or not she hits you with the command grab, which is fine. You just jump it, or like you mash on or something like that out of block stun, then it'll work. But if she gets the hits, she does a little bit of damage to herself, right? And then she gets the clock, one time use of the clock. But yeah, this mechanic seems a lot less stupid than I thought it was going to be. I was a little worried that this was going to be like a little bit degenerate. Again, the main reason for that, which I think they do show right here, yeah. This is what I was worried about, right? But that doesn't look like you can combo there. I was worried about can be, I mean, not off an auto combo necessarily, right? But just off of like a wake up DP can be just combo you, right? For daring to run pressure on her. And it doesn't look that way. In the trailer, I was a little bit more worried, but someone did point out, to give credit where it's due, I can't remember who it was, but someone did point out in the Twitch chat there, they're like, well, because it was on Avatar Belial, and I was like, look at how like high up in the air he is when she lands, looks like she can definitely combo. They said, well, Avatar was jumping. And I was like, that's a fair point. We'll see what it looks like when it's used on someone who isn't. And right here, she's like when she's like probably recovered, like we can go kind of frame by frame here, right? It looks like she's probably recovered, like maybe, you can maybe even say around there, but that looks like the last frame of her recovery to me, right? Like about there, he's recovered, and Gran is 1 frame away from hitting the ground, right? Like 1, 2, right? So there is no 2-frame startup move for her to combo with here, right? So I think probably it's fine. Like there was a second there where I was like, you know, is this really just pre-patch Nier again? Do we really just give a character the ability to combo off a DP for, like, again, a character who gets pretty decent mid-screen damage by the looks of it too, not near mid-screen damage, right, but still pretty decent mid-screen damage. But no, luckily it doesn't seem to be the case. I do wonder if she uses her, because every time they show her comboing off the DP, we're gonna jump around a little bit here just to talk about some of the things that I find interesting. Nothing is forever. Where is? I think they do show it with Nothing is Forever, right? Or is it just? I think. Oh no, they show it when it's gonna be when she's doing this, right? I think they say if you use it as an anti-air, you can get a combo here. Yes. Okay, so this is what I'm curious about. Every time that they show her comboing off this HDP, they show it after a 2H, right? My 2Hs are fine, and her 2H looks. Actually, how does her 2H look? It looks like it's more of a very much like a 4. Yeah, it's very much like an in front of me and above me sort of 2H. I don't know what the hitbox is going to look like above her, what the hitbox is going to look like behind her, right? A lot of times these things are a little bit deceptive, like the animation, the hurtbox, or the hitbox rather, doesn't necessarily match up with the animation like completely 1-to-1, right? But still, it looks like a fine 2H. But in general, 2Hs in Granblue can be a little bit unreliable sometimes. It's very easy to get counter hit out by like a really nice, some jump-in buttons are very belligerent. And listen, I'm not gonna hide it. I think Ladiva JM is one of them. Ladiva JM is a button that is, at least against, in this exact sort of angle that Gran just gets counter hit at here, Ladiva JM will counter hit a lot of like 2Hs, right? And it's not the only one, there's a lot like that. So my question is, if DPs tend to be much more reliable anti-airs, right? But the usual thing with DPs in this game is like, okay, well, you anti-air with a DP, anti-air with a 2H, you get the big red counter sparks, you get like, you know, people can do like 50-60% of your life sometimes, depending on the starter, off of a 2H combo, right? Or not depending on the starter, depending on the character, right? So it's huge reward, whereas answering with a DP is usually pretty bad reward, right? You get them off you, but the DPs don't do that much damage, and there's no ability to combo off them, right? can be combo off of her DP if she uses an anti-air. Again, this 2H gives a little bit more height to Gran first, right, before the DP connects. But it looks to me, again, that I feel like the answer might be yes. And I don't think I'm dumb. I might be dumb, okay? I might be dumb. But I don't think we ever see her anti-air with the DP in this video. I think we only ever see her anti-air with 2H and follow it up into the DP when she has clock active. That would be not like broken, but that would be a very strong aspect of the character. If when you jump at her and she has clock, she can DP you for like a guaranteed anti-air. It's air unblockable and there's nothing you can do about it, right? As if you're in the correct range. And then she just gets a combo off that mid-screen, like that becomes very good. Not ridiculous, not, you know, wake up DP near comboing you 40% of your life, like not that stupid. But still, just good, like strong, like a interesting, unique thing of the character of like, kind of like Vayne, right? Where like jumping at this character is a bad idea, but like even more so than Vayne. I would dare say if her anti-air is gonna be that reliable, right? But yeah, that's cool. So yeah, again, the clock overall, I think clock is a cool mechanic. It looks like a cool mechanic. It looks like a relatively strong mechanic too, but it looks a little limited. It looks a little limited for sure. It's gonna be hard to tell though, because the kinds of things the clock will enable you to do, we don't really know. Like we might, you know, a week from now, a month from now, we might be like, oh god, thank god this thing has like an 8-second cooldown on it, because, you know, what B can do combo routes that just don't make any goddamn sense when she's got clock up, right? Like she can do, maybe she has like some of the highest mid-screen damage in the entire game or something. So, you know, what they're showing us here is obviously not going to be optimized. People are going to find like dumber, crazier stuff. It's always the case. So I'm not going to say that like, oh, actually clock seems a little weak, and no. I'm happy. It seems good. It seems unique, and it seems not degenerate. It doesn't seem like unhealthy for the game, which is always a great sign. There was something else that I wanted to talk about too. This command grab's interesting. It does like almost as much damage to BEATRIX as it does to Gran here, which is interesting. BEATRIX, I assume, is just a 16,000 health character, right? Should be average health, just like everyone else. I don't see any reason for her to be extra health like Sora or Siegfried for the only other two people. I mean, she's not Ladiva or Vasaraga, obviously. I don't see any reason for her to be lower health either. It's not like she doesn't have that kind of design, right? She's not like Matera or Fairy or Nier or something, right? Or Avatar, God forbid. So this looks like they probably have about the same health here. So it does a lot of damage to her actually, compared to how much it does to the opponent, right? It also isn't. It's not a knockdown, huh? I just realized that. Oh, okay. Wait, it's not a knockdown, but it's a crumple. Like, he's certainly plus like quite a lot after that, right? Big range on it too, actually. Like she didn't have to run up at all there. Yeah, that really is just like a Ladiva. Like it's a Ladiva command grab sort of angle looking like. It doesn't look quite as big, right, if that was the range that they have to do it at. But still, like it's, you know, she doesn't have to like run up or anything like that. It will just straight up be, when she has plus frames, it'll be a 50-50 whether she grabs you or not. Seems interesting. And it obviously gives her the one-time use of clock, which is very good. Projectile seems, again, like a lot of, like there are some unique things to BEATRIX for sure, but one of the reasons I think she's going to be like pretty good is because she has a lot of like the basic, like decent tools that you need to have to be good in the video game, it seems like. At least as far as special moves are concerned, right? She's got a good fireball she can run behind to, like, you know, do some neutral shenanigans. She's got a meterless DP, right? She's got actually a really nice neutral skip tool in the form of that Nitrate Vortex there. Again, it looks like that's not just an anti-projectile move. It looks like it could possibly low profile a lot of stuff, right? So that seems interesting for sure. And then I'm forgetting her last special. Oh, it's the dive kick. The dive kick, yeah, it's just another nice belligerent plus on block, like a reset tool, mental stack option too, right? With the medium one, it's one of the things that makes like it's not quite Belial, but it's not one of the things that makes Belial very scary, right? We can go talk about this. We can talk about this move. We might as well show it. It's not. Is it Riding Free? No, Riding Free is the Nitrate Vortex. Is that the last one they show? Yeah. Let's Thunderbird, this one. Yeah, it's specifically the medium one too, right? One of the things that makes Belial kind of nasty is that he has a lot of different options that you have to look out for, and like a lot of them aren't real, but you're looking out for so many of them that you end up kind of like you end up getting overwhelmed and picking the wrong option. Mental stack is a huge thing in this game, right? Very few characters have like truly unreactable guessing mix situations, right? And most of them are very bad as a result. Like the ones that they did give that to, they nerfed heavily as a consequence of that. The main exception to this is kind of Nier, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. So reactable options that have 100% answers if you react, but are otherwise, you know, very, very rewarding if you don't react, or if you get caught off guard, or if you're too focused on something else to catch them, tend to be pretty good in this video game. And this medium Thunderbird seems like that. It looks like this looks to me like a lot like just how fast does this look? That's like about as, that might even be a little bit faster than Belial's medium DP, right? And again, if you know what I'm talking about, Belial's medium DP, it has no hitbox on the way up, just like this. But if it connects, it's +2 on block, I believe. This looks. That looks even more plus than +2, to be completely honest with you there. So like that might be even more like that. That might be a better version of Belial's DP. I mean, the angle that it goes up at is easier to anti-air, I think, because again, it's that sort of directly up, diagonally up and to the left or right of you angle that a lot of 2Hs do like to cover, whereas Belial goes directly above you, which is a lot harder for some things to handle. But this looks comparable to Belial's medium DP, which is a very good tool. It's a very good tool. I think like she has like this is good, and then obviously the other versions of the light. What is the point of the light version? The heavy version's a combo move. What is the purpose of the light version? Doesn't look like very much. Just like I guess like a meterless combo under like they're saying, right? But regardless, this looks a good move, right? A lot of her specials look very, very strong. I can't really. The one thing I'm still curious about is her normals, right? Again, it's not like this little like a little mental stack option, and it gives her some decent corner combos as well as like with clock. It's mid screen, awesome, no problem with this. Meterless DP, always good. Again, potentially a DP she can combo off of if she uses an anti-air when she's got clock. Also seems great, right? Fireball, fine, and she got a medium one that she can follow behind, right, for some neutral shenanigans. And then the Nitrate Vortex. We can talk about this move for a second specifically too, and then we'll get sort of to a more general point that I want to get to. Like this seems good. Again, I thought this was plus. It looked plus in the trailer because it counter hit Ladiva's far L, but it's possible that was just maybe it's like even and Ladiva's far L is just slow. It definitely seemed like they made it look plus, but they don't make any explicit mention of like it retains advantage on block snake, you know, which like they usually do in these like every other thing that's plus here. They say they said it's a little bit different. They said it can't be punished on block, which to me is like they're trying to layman saying that it's safe on block, right? It's probably minus like this. This is probably actually we can probably figure it out. Let's go frame by frame here, right? So, geez, here we go. They're both blocking, right? That actually does look, yeah. Well, is this the recovery? Is this still the recovery of the move, or is this the startup of one of her normals? That looks like the startup of one of her normals, actually. So that to me actually looks like it is plus on block, right? If this is where the recovery ends, and this is the startup of the normal, which I think it is, just by the fact that it snaps to a different animation entirely, right? Then this is actually, yeah, she looks like she's +1 here. Maybe Gran is just smashing late. Again, maybe it's even on block, right? But regardless, it seems like a solid move. Again, the fact that it is basically a way to freely get in somebody's face and then go from there. This well, by the way, I was curious about. I want to talk about her normals if we could. This looks like a 2M, right? That looks like a good, yeah. It crushed his light too, so it's probably that looks like a good 2M. Again, the really big question is like, is she? Because right now she's shaping up to be. Let's assume for a second, right, that she has like a plus on block 2M. Right, which Gran does, for example, Narmaya does in her Kagura stance, Belial does, but again, Belial's not assume that characters are going to be like Belial, right? But my point is that something like that, suddenly, she's a lot better, right? So the normals are still a very important part of this equation that I'm going to try and figure out what I can about from this video right now, once we're done talking about Nitrate Vortex here, but they really determine a lot of how good a character is, right? Her specials, no problems. They seem, all of them, honestly, seem very good. All of them seem like, yeah, it's a very versatile toolkit, right? But the normal's going to be interesting. Yeah, this move too, this is good, because obviously, getting to be just like skip, like she's going to be a nightmare for zoners, I imagine, right? Because I feel like, oh, you know who doesn't care about this at all is Siegfried EX Fireball, because this to me, like, it's not projectile invincible, right? It's just, yeah, your hurt box lowers, and it looks to me, like, just by eyeballing it, right? If you kind of like, yeah, if you look at how kind of low she gets, this looks to me, actually, it's actually perfect. You see Gran's knee there? Actually, just if she were just to keep going and they were to freeze in position like this, she would headbutt Gran's knee directly. My guess is that the hurt box shift for this, it looks to be almost exactly the same as a roll. Right? If you're unfamiliar, there is a difference between roll and spot dodge, besides the fact that one of them moves forward. And if you're a Ladiva, your roll is 4 frames slower. We're not going to worry about that. The difference is that roll is only invincible from the knees up. It is not, if something hits really low, it doesn't have to be a low specifically. It's very weird sort of system. Like a mid that some of you can block standing or crouching, right? That hits really low to the ground, like Sora's 2M is a good example of this. That will still hit rolls. Right? It's not like oh, it has to be designated as a low. It has to be something you have to crouch block. No. If the hitbox hits below the knees, it will beat roll. Right? So this looks to me like it's very similar in that sort of. So anything you can roll through, BEATRIX can probably Nitrate Vortex through. I'm calling it. It's riding free, but she's Sol Badguy. Okay, I'm calling it Nitrate Vortex because it's Nitrate Vortex. That's her. What was the other one? Thunderbird is just Bandit Bringer, right? Like etc. Except one of them is plus on block, which is fun. I don't think, yeah, Bandit Rigger's never plus on block, I don't think. Maybe you should charge it. You could, we're not talking about guilty here. Yeah, the point is, this seems like a good move. Anything you can roll through, you can instead of, you know, having to slowly gain distance by rolling, she can just run to the other side of the screen and kill you for it. And on counter hit on the medium one, she gets a combo too, which looks like it's fast enough that if she does it on reaction to a projectile, she really might counter hit you on some of the slower ones, right? Regardless, this is seems like a good move. Seems like, yeah, but I was gonna say the things like, for example, Anila's Cheap, right? Siegfried's EX Fireball, things like that, projectiles that hit like all the way down to the ground. Again, anything you can't roll, you can't beat with this either. But in a lot of matchups, like this should be very good against. I mean, like for example, Fairy 2M will be a good option against this for sure, right? But yeah, any Matera, I don't see what Matera does about this, to be honest with you. Like I'm thinking about, like I was gonna say, against a lot of zoners, so this would be good for her. And yeah, I don't like poor Matera, man. He just has to be careful when Beatrix is around, I suppose. Okay, so yes, specials again, very good. This is I'm gonna say I said it a couple times. I was gonna say it as a very quick review again, right? She has a lot of she's a Shoto with some interesting, unique pressure tools, which is a lot of the best characters in the game are exactly that, right? Now, of course, they have a lot more on top of that, and again, normals tend to be a big part of that. But yeah, she I see absolutely no problem with this, and none of it seems stupid. None of it seems like degenerate, right? It just seems nice and strong, which is great. I think a good spot for like a character to be is like, you know, maybe like right like the top of like, you know, there's 32 characters in the game now with Beatrix. If you're like the 15th, you know, best character of the game, I feel like that's good. Like you're strong, you're viable, you can be played, you're totally okay, but you're not like game warping in some sense. And honestly, I could really see Beatrix kind of fitting into that mold. She doesn't seem absurdly ridiculously broken, which is that's good. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. I'm happy about that. But she doesn't seem weak either. Again, I don't think she's gonna have like the same flaws that like Vayne might have or something like that. So one last thing here before we go, and I'm gonna say one last thing. I don't think we'll be able to ever really figure out too much about this, but I would be interested to just check if I could figure out anything about her normals from what we're looking at right now. My guess is gonna be no. So that looks like a close H, probably. Well, how much damage does it do? That might be a close M, actually. It looks like such a big slash, right? But that might be, that first, it might be a close M. Again, it's gonna be hard to do, like, frame data is a really important thing to figure out how good a normal is, but looks, you know, that's a close L, sure. That was a close L auto combo. For close L, seems like it has decent, we're just kind of, we're nitpicking, you know, at this point. We're checking things out, but on the bright side, like that from all the way over there, for this to still be close L, right? Like this seems like it's pretty decent proximity on close L right there, right? I feel like some characters might get, I feel like Sora's, I'm mostly experienced with Lediva. I play Lediva mainly. She probably gets close L from here too, but her close L has very good proximity on it, right? I feel like Sora's gets far L from this distance, but I might be tripping. This is not bad, right? Again, close Ls are always pretty much, except for like range, better than far Ls. They're more plus on block, etc. It's like, you know, there's something. Her close L seems to have some decent proximity on it. Like you can get close L from pretty far away. This also, by the way, and the reason this is important is this close L sort of setup here for her specifically is going to let her tick throw into her command grab, right? The tick throw is just like you do a quick little plus button and then you wait a sec and then you grab them, right? And we saw her doing it earlier with close L. So the fact that her close L seems to have some decent range on it is important. But yeah, again, I doubt we'll be able to glean like too much about normals here, but I'm just curious. Her 2M seems good for sure in terms of. Oh, I see. It's just I think something about recording and watching these videos at the same time always seems to blow them up, but it's fine. Let me turn the quality down here a little bit. I gotta get fiber internet, man. Yeah, her 2M seemed very good, right? That's one thing, which is a good. Like having a good 2M is a very unique, like it's a very shared characteristic of a lot of the good characters in this video game, right? Because 2Ms they're not really like they're very good neutral control options. It didn't look like it was a low. If it's a low, that'd be interesting. If it's not a low, I wonder what it has to make up for that. Okay, let's ignore the command grab for now. Yeah, I see. Once again, you see her close L-ing into the command grab there. Okay, Star Chaser. No, I got you. I feel you. Ooh, what is that? That looks like a far M, right? That's a nice far M. That looks like a far M to me. That looks like a nice far M, man. Wait, actually that doesn't do a whole lot of damage. There's no way that's for far L, is it? Hold on a second. Right, that does. See, I know I turned the quality down so it's a little grainy, but I hope you can still see this. That does like almost no damage, right? That might be her far L. How fast does this come out in? Sorry, we're out here. We're nerding out for a sec. You gotta give me a break. Okay, so it looks like it starts right here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Huh? No, hold on. I must have missed the frame. I mean, that certainly looks like she's shifting into a new animation, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. What? Okay, I'm missing something. Maybe like the fireball ends. I just don't buy it. Like, this definitely looks like recovery to me. This doesn't look like the startup of a move, right? I am very confused. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are no 4. The reason, if you don't know why I'm so flabbergasted right now, every close light in the game is either 5 or 6 frames, and like pretty much every far light in the game is 6 or 7 frames, right? Throws are 4 frames, and they are universally the fastest thing that isn't like a frame 1 invincible DP or something like that, right? I'm counting the frames wrong. Surely I'm doing something wrong. If I'm not, Beatrix has a 4-frame far L, and it looks pretty big. Like, this can't be true, because this would actually be like probably immediately in competition for like one of the best normals in the game if that were the case. But I mean, it looks like a far L for sure because it's fast. Yeah, at the very least, if I'm counting the frames wrong, it's like 6 or something. But it looks fast and it looks big. It looks good. Like, at the very least, it's like a decent far L. If I'm counting the frames correctly, which I don't think I am, it's like the best far L in the game. Again, normals are a big deal, man, which is it might seem like, who cares? But like, that's a big I thought that was a far M at first from how the kick looked. But judging by the damage and by what seems to be the startup, it looks more like a far L to me. It's very interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting. That's a really good neutral tool if that is for far L. Yeah, sure, close M. Yeah, I see you. Whatever, corner combos. Nothing too interesting here. I'm pretty sure that's her close M at this point. That's far H, right? That certainly looks like far H right there. Yeah. Seems like a right. Maybe that's far M actually. That didn't look like the slowest thing in the world necessarily. Right. Oh no! Wait. I'm going too far here. There you go. Here. Let's just go all the way back. Right. All the way. We're going all the way back. Okay. Yeah. So see again. That looks like a startup. Like this looks like her just standing there. That's her neutral animation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Am I missing something? Oh, it hits. Yeah, it does hit on that. Am I missing something? I must be like double clicking these angle brackets accidentally, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh? Listen, you know what? I'm gonna not. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till she comes out. But she has a 4-frame far L and a 6-frame far M. There's literally no way. It would be overpowered, right? So I'm just gonna assume that I'm doing something wrong here. We'll move on. Regardless, that looks like a far M then by the startup probably. Unless again I'm completely off. It could be that the kick was her far M and this was her far H. But they look like good normals. They look, at the very least, they look like they have good range on them, right? The speeds though, I can't tell. How much damage did this do? That was like an M to me, not an H. Yeah. But yeah, they look like good normals. Which makes sense. He's a sword character, right? You would expect as much. And this actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think this down indicator here means this is a hard knockdown. It's pretty good. Basically, lets her get in on you for free if she lands this. Yeah. That seems pretty good. Oh wait, no, that is her close H. Okay, because you see the red counter hit sparks there, right? That really only happens for heavy moves with a high enough attack level. So yeah, that is for close H. I was right earlier. Okay, sure. Fine. They really are starting combos with close H to make the character look like she does more damage than she does. DP is DP, that's okay. I don't think I'm too interested in anything that's going on here. That's cool. Any interesting normals on display there? I don't think so, right? Just the stuff that we've seen so far. Oh, again? That looks like really good proximity on... That looks like her close M, right? This looks like her close M, yeah. That seems like pretty good proximity on the close M, too. Or her proximity normals trigger from decently far away, it seems like. Maybe I'm glazing her a little bit too much, but that seems right. Yeah, sure. DPs are DPs. Nothing to see here. Oh, I guess, yeah, the jumping normals I haven't really seen either, but... That's an interesting jump in. That looks like a little bit like, that looks like Ladiva JM a little bit, right? That could be good for, again, counter hitting 2Hs. Anything else that's particularly interesting here? I think we've probably seen most of the normals that we're going to be able to actually get anything out of. Yeah. That's plus on block, and I got, counter hit with a close H, actually. So that's, now that we know that that's close H, right, that's a pretty good, he must be plus like a lot there. I think we did we tried to count during the stream with the gameplay trailer, and I think it looked like he was plus 5, so it's meaty, for sure. Yeah, her damage seems normal, right? Her damage seems like not below average, not above average. It seems like she has, obviously mid-screen, she'll have pretty, like, very good damage with clock, right, compared to the rest of the cast. But normally it looks like it's about normal. No problems. I don't understand the use of this quite yet. It's plus on block. Like, I don't understand the use of it in combos necessarily. Okay. I think we're probably done as far as interesting normals to take a look at, right? Okay, hold on. Let's check this corner combo. I thought I saw. Yeah, it's 2M again. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I think she's gonna be very solid, man. This is interesting. I am curious, how is this like minus on block? Obviously on hits it sends you to the moon, right? Sends you to Jupiter to get more stupider, because that's where boys go, I've heard. But on block it says the follow-up is mandatory, which makes me wonder if it's gonna be minus for sure, but I wonder if it's going to be punishably minus. Hard to say. Usually, how fast does this thing start off? Ooh, that might be punishable on block, yeah. Because basically there's two classes of U skills in this game, like neutral skip U skills. U skills that the game expects you to react to and spot dodge to punish. Things like Ladiva's ultimate lariat, Sora's U, like the dash punch, right, the impact knuckles, things like that. And then things that are a little bit too fast for you to reasonably react to and block, or at least the game doesn't want you to do it 100% of the time. But they tend to be punishable on block, right? Things like Anila's U sheep, the thing they just got in the patch, right? That's -6 on block because it is punishable. It's not like super punishable, it is punishable because it's like pretty fast, right? It's not, and it's also kind of hard to spot dodge. Zeta's spears are kind of like this too, in the sense they're like -7 to -9, I think, depending on where they hit you, but they tend to space her out. Okay, they're very good ultimate skills, right? But yeah, this seems like more to fit into that second class of U skill where it's like it's really fast. But if you block this, right, then you probably get a punish on her, is my guess, when she does the mandatory follow-up there. Anyway, I'm good from here. Anything interesting happened in this very last combo here? That's her 2H again. That's her close M again. It seems like good proximity on her proximity normals there. That's not a universal thing, by the way. It is not a universal thing, like how close you have to be for your close L to trigger, or how close you have to be for your close M to trigger, things like that. She seems to have some very good proximity on that. Like they trigger from decently far away, which is good. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think BEATRIX is looking a little bit better than I expected her to be. She seems very solid. Like she seems really good, honestly. She's reminding me of like almost like a Jita type character. I mean, probably she doesn't seem to have anything that's quite as heinous as like Jita's U Rekka. But I don't know. I mean, maybe some of her like the U riding free or something. I don't know how well that works as it wall bounces, right? So maybe that's like just as good of like a whiff punish tool as Jita's U Rekka or something. She seems just very solid. Again, she's got a meterless DP. She's got a nice, like, you know, mental stack plus on block special moves. She seems to have average damage, and with clock she'll have very high mid-screen damage. It's got a command grab, which even outside of clock is still just like scary. Like if you're low on health against BEATRIX in the corner, he can just kill you with like a 50-50 mix between command grab and strike that you can't tech, right? You have to guess. She's got, again, the riding free seems like very good, like the Nitrate Vortex seems like a very good neutral skip tool, right, which is an important thing. It is Granblue Fantasy versus at the end of the day. You have to have a good way to skip neutral, and she's got it. And most importantly, again, she seems like she has like good normals. Again, if I'm doing the math on them wrong, if I'm accidentally counting the frames wrong, then they just seem good. Like if like that kick is her far L, but it's like 6 frames, it still seems like a good far L. And if that far M if that slash is her far M indeed, or it seems good. If it's her far H, it's really fast. But if it's far M, it still seems like a very good button, right? It covers a lot of space. Her 2M seems good. Her close L seems good, right? It seems like it has good proximity on it. Same with her close M, right? She has a good jump in there, that kick. Like, she seems to have a solid, and again, if I'm counting the frames correctly, then she has the best normals in the video game, because she's got a 4-frame far L and a 6-frame far M. But I don't think that's true, and that are big. They both seem quite big, right? Not like Siegfried or like something big, but still like very big for in general. Again, Siegfried is you don't compare characters to like Siegfried or Nier or something like they're standouts, right? They need to be nerfed. Like they're too good. So we shouldn't expect her to have like Siegfried 2M or like Nier 2M or Nier 2U or something. But yeah, she seems very good. Honestly, I'm surprised. I did not expect. Well, obviously it's too early to tell, right? We're gonna play with her. We're gonna get our hands on her. And then we'll see, right? But initial impressions are getting like they're more positive than they were after this trailer. Because getting to know a little bit, to understand a bit more about how her normals look, and a little bit more about how exactly the special moves work too, and the command grab and clock and things like that. She was very solid. Anyway, that's about all I've got to say about Beatrix for now. She should come out. Basically, you guys are watching this at noon my time. I think she comes out probably in like somewhere between 12 and like 16 hours. I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, very exciting times. Definitely funny that they decided to release her right after Akuma and right before Slayer, but who knows? Maybe they had this time slot, they had this time slot slotted out already, and then, they just got ganked, basically. Who knows? For now, though, that's going to do it for this video here. If you made it this far into the video, sorry if I rambled a little bit or something like that. Again, it is literally 6:30 a.m. my time, and I didn't wake up early. I just haven't slept. So please forgive me for any nonsense there. Regardless, though, if you made it this far in the video, I got 4 things for you. As always, number 1, join the Discord. Link in the description down there. It's a nice community to hang out, talk about Granblue, learn about the game, just make some friends. I think you'll enjoy yourself, but just be nice or I'll ban your ass. Number 2, if you like the video, get down there, like the damn video, man. It's just that simple. For number 3, while you're down there, liking the video, that subscribe button, that bell button there, also right down there. You can keep up to date with all this content. If you like the content, but it's too much coming out every single day for you to watch, then you can get notified. And you can only watch the stuff that's particularly interesting to you, like videos about your waifu Beatrix here. While I'm on the topic, by the way, I do stream on Twitch. I'll be streaming the day that you watch this, actually. If you're watching this on the day it comes out, I'll be streaming at 5 p.m. EDT for the intermediate bracket I run for the Discord. So come hang out. It's a good time. Link in the description for that, too. You can also find the stream schedule there. Otherwise, you can just drop a follow or something. I appreciate that greatly also. And, of course, for number 4, most importantly, more important than our buttons to smash or whatever YouTube or Twitch-friendly interactions hit me with, I appreciate those, but I hope you had a great time hanging out today. Most of all, most importantly, I know I sure did. Beatrix seems fun. I'm excited to play her a little bit, probably, mostly play against her. I'll get her to master eventually, but I don't know if I'll do it immediately on release necessarily. I'm still working on swords right now. But yeah, seems like a good time. Again, a good, healthy, strong DLC release is what I'm looking at right now. Anyways, all that being said, I'm having a lot of fun with Granblue. There's going to be a lot more coming your way, but until then, I will see you in the next one. Peace.